Got a big deadlift day today. Working up to only 535 though. We'll see how my elbow does and my shoulders. Pushing hasn't been a problem. Only when I squat, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna check my weight right now, see where I'm at. I'm about 2 weeks out, so I got plenty of time, and I can tell I'm already getting a little leaner and getting down. Not too bad, 189 or 0.4 or something like that. So getting really close. So in my last video I just did, there's using my phone lately, just kind of putting stuff together, learning to edit videos. So it's kind of trashy, but I'm excited to be part of it and have something to do, some fun little hobby. Every time I turn in the phone video to talk, turn the phone sideways to talk into it or whatever, it was not flipping the screen, and so now I can't get it straightened back out because it was halfway through the video, and I'm sure I'll figure that out, whatever. But today, about to hit some deadlifts. My belly is full. I just smashed a bunch of Chipotle, so I thought I was going to be good, but so we're going to be doing it on a full stomach, so maybe I'll blow some chunks or something. Other than that, I feel all right. I normally don't like to work out this late. I normally like to get going this morning, but my son, we were hanging out, wanted to go up there and get some lunch. So here I am. It's like 2 o'clock and about to lift. So see how it goes. There's not a level spot in this damn gym. Just, my dog tore his toy up over here. It's just a mess. But it's hard to find a good spot. The bar's rolling all over the place, so it's always at an angle. My warm-ups on deadlifts, 135 for a couple of reps. But I do 225 for a double. I go up plates until about, 500 or so. About to hit 315. I'll do like a single, maybe a double. It just depends on how I feel. I have horrible grip. So I run a mixed grip, and I used to tear my hands. Every single meet, just destroying them by these short fat stubs. they're not the best for deadlifting or anything. It was always something that was in the way that I've worked with, so I've had to battle this whole time. But let's go 315 for a single or double or so. Rocking these PR shorts. Or actually, no, not PR, excuse me. These one rep. I don't know why I said PR. I was just looking at my Jesus, hold on. Let me fix that. Rocking my Iron Rebel. I'm thinking of the PR because I was just looking at my belt from Larry Wills and my wrist straps. So, excuse me, I'm sorry about that, but Iron Rebel. Little Daisy Dukes, those shorts, gets the quads going. Next rep, we're going to go 405 for a single. I might do 485 after that, and then just like the 535 or 540, however I'm feeling. Deadlifts are not my best lifts at all. You're talking about like, you know, squatting 700 plus maybe, and then my deadlifts can be all over the place from like 500 to 620. I never know what I'm going to pull, and I think a lot of that's when I've torn my hands. You know, went opened up at 500 pounds at a meet and ripped my hand to crap, and then I done for the day. You know, so it's just kind of part of it, I guess. But I noticed when I do weigh a lot less, my hands are smaller. They don't feel as fat, and so it kind of helps. And so if I can stay with that, but let's go 405. Little road chalk. I guess I better belt up here in a second. My belly's so full right now that I'm worried that I'm gonna puke. I might puke without it, even with this weight. Not really an issue or anything. Like I said, it's pretty light, but I never know where I'm going to be at. This will probably be my last warm-up. Let's see, 475. And before I hit my next lift, so I consider this a warm-up. I went 135, 225, 315, 405, 475. Then we'll go like 535, 540. Got my belt. I guess you can't read it's in reverse, but it says, I might fart. Happens. It happens to the best of us. So, if you're lucky, one will come out. Not too bad. I gotta get those cues, man. I just feel like something's not always tight, or I'm too far forward, too far back. I'm squatting my deadlift up. This has been something that's not very natural for me. And you think, like a lot of people think, since my height, I'm like 5'6", 5'6.5" on a good day. You know, gravity's a little less that day. That I would be better at deadlifts, but I got these little short T-Rex arms, amazing for bench press, but it doesn't carry over on my deadlifts at all. And I've measured with like some buddies that pull that are like 6'2". I end up pulling like 3 or 4 inches further than they do because they got these long arms that are reaching down to their knees. And then I'm a conventional puller. I have horrible form on it, and it's sumo pulling, the same horrible form. But like sometimes it clicks, and I've like hit some big weight on there, you know, and it goes, and the next time it's just way off. It is something that I'd like to get a little hands-on training with somebody else, but like I said, I work out alone, so it's I've kind of done that pretty much my whole life on everything. Like even when I was a professional fighter, my MMA days, I did a lot of stuff just like by myself. You know, I mean, I had gyms I went to, but it's like hard driving 2 hours every night just to go train somewhere. So a lot of things I just kind of did on my own, and I'm sure it's, you know, stunning my career in every bit of it, just like this. But again, this is something fun for me that I enjoy doing. I'm going to keep rocking and keep, you know, doing what I can. Going 535 on this one. That'll be my last deadlift for the day. Then we're going to do some safety squat bar squats. I have to look at what I have programmed, what I wanted to do, but it's reverse band, so it's kind of fun, you know, get to add a little extra pounds on there. At least hold it, you know, get that stimulation. I would say also, like, half of these are like 46 pounds. You know, I have some that are like 48, 49. My hundreds are like 104 or wait, 103 a piece. So I got 206 when I use those. And then, so none of this is, you know, calibrated. It's all heavy. I don't think I have any light ones. Actually, that one over there might be a light one, but I don't even use it. It's like only if I get close to 700, I have to put those on. So, but, and on my warm-ups, I feel like I was going to puke. My belly is still haven't, you know, processed the food that I had in there. It was steak and rice and guacamole and sour cream and a lot of cheese, all the good stuff, you know. Let's make it happen. Not bad. Come up. No pressure in the hands. Maybe a couple of wrinkles. So, but I didn't feel like I was losing grip or anything. A little pressure in my head. Again, I always perform better out of meat, and so it gets me that power to keep going. I don't really think about it too much, and I like to have that competition in front of me, and so I think it'll be a pretty easy opener for me. Not bad. Come up. All right, just looked at the video. This is, again, little things that I always fall for. Man, I got this little alfalfa thing going on right here. Thanks, Mom. No, little thing I was looking at the video. I'm like shifting forward, so the weight's doing this, coming up. It never has this smooth travel, and I know I'm just leaving tons of pounds on the ground, you know. And also looking at my back, I don't think I braced very well, my belt. I'm at that weight right now. I was 7 over this morning. I'm at that weight though, like where it's just, I'm a little too big in the belly for the notch that I have it on, but you know, a little too small if I went up a notch, and there's like no bracing in there. So it'll come together, and you know, like I said, it felt smooth. I don't feel exhausted at all. You know, right now I think I could easily pull a 600 if I needed to. We're gonna save that for the meet. That's the goal at the meet, 600. And I feel, you know, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's respectable, but I just feel like at my level of where my other lifts are, I should be 700. And it just has never came together for me. And I think it's right there, and I think some small changes will happen, and I can make it happen. But now I'm going to move over to safety squat bar, start warming up with it, put these reverse bands on there. I'm sure it's going to take me forever to get them kind of balanced out. I was kind of messing with it the other day, and it was like they're exact same bands, but one band is obviously giving out a little more and a little weaker. So it's setting, the bar sets like this, and I have them band out. So my safety squat bar weighs 70 pounds. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a Rogue. It's 70. I need to double check that, but I believe it's 70. And so it's going to be 70 less at the top, and then I'm going to see how much it is at the bottom, and I'll let you guys know. Technically 250 on the bar right now. It was 70 pounds released at the top, and it was 110 at the very bottom, getting the rail, so bottoming out. So, you know, probably 100 pounds, you know, 105 about depth wise right there. So we'll see how it feels. I don't have the best setup for these bands. It's just, again, there's something cool about working out like at home in the shed though, because it's kind of like I can still be strong without having all this fancy stuff. I literally have a squat rack, a slide-in bench, a deadlift station, and a couple of dumbbells that I put together. Now I can get the dumbbells up to like 150s, 160s, I think, but they're a pain in the ass to try to get up because they got the bars sticking out, so they're hard to move. You know, not as easy as what they are as a regular dumbbell at the gym, and they always feel heavier too. Never actually weighed them and see what they're at, but I should do that sometime just as a little experiment. But let's hit 1 or 2 reps here, see how we feel. It's sliding my rack everywhere. It's kind of annoying. My rack's clicking the whole time, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, my bands are in the way, but I just really have nowhere to put them. I spray painted on them, 45s, the ones that actually weigh. I'm so used to turning the plates around the other way. Like, when I first started lifting, I mean, like, very young. Well, I should say very young, but I was probably, when I got, like, into actually weightlifting, the guys I was training with was, like, 50-something years old, like an ex-bodybuilder. He's always like, so, the plate's got to face in. They always got to face in. It's bad luck. It's bad luck. And go to powerlifting, they're switching the plates around the other way. And so it's, like, kind of something I've got accustomed to, putting them facing in instead of out, but does it really matter? It's still the same, but I guess it's a head game for some of us. We got 340 on there. The bands are playing a little mental game with me. Let's see, 405, 430 on there right now. Of course, minus the reverse band on there. I really don't need knee sleeves at the time, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw them on and you know, keep these things from crackling and getting sore. These are the gangster ones from Mark Bell. Had these again, a long time. I love them. They do good for me. Body weight's down, they just slid right on. I also, not the same shoe, but the same exact looking shoe that I had when I wrestled in high school. I graduated in 2002, and I wore these through school. I've been powerlifting in these too, you know, the same ones, the same kind of brand and everything. I used to use the Nikes with the elevated heel. I actually still bench in those sometimes because I feel like it gives me a little more drive and that little flat foot, but I can't squat in them. Before Worlds, I was heading over to Europe to go powerlift up there. There was like 750 people there. It was awesome. Competitors, 750 competitors. It was like a 4-day meet. But right before I went, a couple months before, you know, I popped my quad, and you know, I'm quad dominant, and you know, I got over there and I think I maybe squatted 600, maybe somewhere around there. It was a pretty easy meet for me though, but it was coming off an injury, so I didn't get to show out like I normally do, you know, but that's okay. I feel like I think most people say they move a little slower in the mornings, but I feel like I'm moving a little slower. You know, I got my belly full, and I'm normally lifting on like an empty stomach or very little if I can't do. But I like to lift at the same time as the meet starts. So if the meet starts at 9 or 10 o'clock, that's the time I like to practice that. And, you know, working from home, I kind of have that joy. Now I got my 3 boys, and so sometimes they have other things going on, and so I have to kind of work around that. But, you know, right now I try to match whatever I was doing over there, you know. The second time I went to the Eurasian Championship, and we had a meet at, man, there's an 8-hour time difference there. And I got there that morning because I thought it said, you know, we're starting at X amount of time or whatever. And we ended up not even starting my division until like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. But kind of worked well, but it was like me working out super early in the morning, you know, whatever, because of time difference on there. But, you know, I did well on that one. I won the Eurasian Championship too. So super cool over there, man. Ukraine was amazing. Amazing food, beautiful place. I have some friends over there, and you know, some of the stuff that happened over there. It's unfortunate, you know. I've talked to a couple of them, and so, but they're still going strong and kicking it. You know, trying to be. I stay in contact with a couple, message here and there. So, but let's hit this. My upper back, when I unracked it, kind of was tight there. It felt like it needs to be popped. Maybe I have a rib out or something. I've had this before. I constantly complain about some kind of tenderness. I mean, like I said, I'm almost 40. In July I'll be. But they, what I was getting at, I guess, is like, I kind of do this like little good morning to unrack the weight. I'm not underneath there completely. And I always notice in my lower back or my upper back. So it's something I just gotta stay on top of, and so I'm gonna keep working at it. Let's go up. I'm gonna throw another plate on there, I guess, and see what I do. The thing today, I think it's a 5x3 or 6x3, so it's gonna be pretty heavy, but 3 reps, you know, won't be that bad. I got 520 on there. I don't know if this should be my working set or not. It's hard to tell with the reverse bands because it's really not 520. So I got to do triples, so we'll give it a go. We'll see how it feels. If it feels all right, maybe we'll go up. If not, we'll stay there, get a set in. Maybe I'll move up the next set. Wasn't real bad. My knees are sore. they're hurting a little bit, but I think I might add a few more pounds on there, see how it goes, and see how we feel on it. We went up to 570, somewhere around there, and we'll try to hit a triple with it. Oh man, all right, that's fine. had to run off, had something happen, so it kind of took a little break, and so I'm a little nervous to get back on there, but we're gonna go with 610, a bar weight, see how I feel, if, you know, kind of interrupted my workout, and so let's get it. All right, that was a little hard, a little rough. Breathing like I just did some sprints. I'll check depth, see how we looked. Kind of felt short. I'm gonna back down to 570, and then kind of go from there. 610 moved actually pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. I know at the bottom it's still only like 510 or whatever in the hole, but for a safety squat bar, you know, knee sleeves, it's hard. A lot of people struggle. I remember when I first started using safety squat bar, squat 600, could barely get 400 on a the safety bar, and so just how much different it is. And I was doing some study, and I was reading about it, and they were saying like advanced lifters have an 11% increase over a straight bar versus safety squat bar. So I mean, even if that's true, then I've hit a decent 650 on a safety squat bar, so you know, puts me well over, you know, puts me over 700 on the straight bar. And I really think I could have hit a you know, 680, maybe even a 700 with the safety squat bar that day. Everything was just moving so well and strong, and I took my jumps a little different because I was just like happy to hit 605, and then we went 640, and then went 650, and so it, like, there was all these extra steps in there, and like I don't train like that. I would normally have like, so at the Arnold, I'm going to open up like the plan maybe 630 on squat, and then my next one will probably be like 680, and so it'll be, I have this like large jump between first and second attempts, if it, you know, if everything's moving well. And I always have this idea what I'm going to do, then I get there and I get nervous and I start backing off on my squats or backing off on my lifts. And right now I have my opener at 400 on bench, and then second attempt probably 415, maybe 420. Deadlifts, I have my opener at 535, and then go to 570, 575. I would really like to hit, goals for me right now, 700 squat, 425, 430 bench, 600 dead. That would be, you know, put me over 1700, weighing 181 pounds. I'll probably be less. I swear every time I get to cutting on there, like last year I weighed in like 177.2, and I mean, it was hard, but I like held on to all this weight. I was like 186 that night, and I knew I was going to float some, you know, or maybe not 186, excuse me, I was probably like 183. Gotta look back on that. And I knew I was going to float some, and then I woke up and I was just dry, just like my body knew. But it's probably because I've been cutting weights since 1998, somewhere around there. So I have cut a lot of weight. You know, like I said, I wrestled 103, 112 pounds. Cut 12, 15 pounds in a day many times, so I'm kind of used to it. It's getting a little harder these days. But put it at 570, run back down and get my triple in and go from there. Whew. You're getting rough. It's good to feel that extra weight on the back, but it's actually the measuring where the tension is on the bands. By the time I stand straight up, there's actually no tension on the bands. The tension's like right here. So, you know, like here in this position where it's taking the weight of the bar off. But that last little bit here is like nothing, maybe 5 pounds or so. The last little lockout. I was told, you know, to put the, when I'm using the reverse bands, basically like deadlift at lockout is where the bar sets, you know, with the band weight on there. So, you know, 45 pounds at lockout. So on bench, same thing, lockout, the bar there. Same with this. But how I have it set up, it ended up being, to get it right, was there's probably like 6 inches of no support, which is okay, you know, it's fine, which makes me even happier, moving more weight easier. So all right, just finished up. I didn't record any of the accessory work. They just kind of my bigger lifts today, but did a bunch of lunges, stuff like that to work through things. I forgot what I was gonna say, my brain's not working now. Basically 2 weeks away. Got 6 more lifting days, I think, to keep me going. 7 pounds over this morning, so getting close. Everything's going well, moving smooth. Feel pretty decently strong. Pretty happy about everything. Oh yeah, I ordered a new camera. It's supposed to be here today, of course. It said it'll be here tomorrow, so hopefully it comes. And the quality of the videos will be a lot better. And GoPro 11 Hero or whatever. That looks pretty cool. You know, whew, my goodness, out of breath. Like I said, I'm breathing like I've been sprinting and just been lifting a little bit. Recap, I guess, we worked up to 535 deadlift, super easy. And my first rep on deadlifts, like my opener, is always like my worst one. Actually, on all my lifts, I'd say my opener is like the worst, and I get stronger as we go to a certain extent. And then we worked up to 610 on the safety squat bar for a triple squat, and so that felt pretty good. The load in my upper back was a little tight, but I think I'll roll it out later on and we'll have some fun. I'm gonna go inside, make some hamburgers for the kids, chill out a little bit. Tomorrow's a rest day, and I have a dynamic day, upper body dynamic day, some chain work and stuff on Friday, then dynamic lower body day Saturday. I have to go look and see what I got planned on my schedule, and then I'll make some videos for you guys and get something posted. After the Arnold, I'm gonna get some better videos in, like with some buddies, some bodybuilding buddies, and get stuff really going and flowing. Right now I just don't have the time or the even the energy to put the effort forward on it. But this year I just really wanted to document what was going on in my life and where I needed to be at and how I felt with stuff. But let's do a little, check out the quads a little bit. Let's see if we can get it down here. They're pale. There's no, they're not as pretty as I thought they were. I'm gonna blame the lighting. Anyway, until next time, we'll see you guys. Thanks for watching.